The Fallout universe is what happens when 1950s optimism survives long enough to be horribly irradiated. Beneath the retro jukebox vibes is a dense web of factions, each convinced they're humanity's best last hope, often while stepping on everyone else's toes. Here's a guided wander through the big ideas and the major power players. The core lore in one glowing nutshell. Fallout splits from our timeline after World War II. Transistors never quite take off, nuclear power does, and culture gets frozen in a cheery mid-century mindset. When resources run dry, the Great War erupts in 2077. It lasts about 2 hours. Civilization does not win. Survivors crawl out centuries later into a wasteland full of mutants, robots still following orders, and people arguing about how society should be rebuilt. That argument is the franchise. Vault-Tec. Officially, Vault-Tec built shelters to save humanity. Unofficially, many vaults were social experiments ranging from mildly unethical to who approved this. Some vaults worked perfectly. Others tested mind control, genetic manipulation, isolation, or how long people tolerate one song on repeat. Fallout treats Vault-Tec less as a company and more as a warning label for unchecked corporate power. The Brotherhood of Steel. Tech monks with power armor and a messiah complex. The Brotherhood believes advanced technology caused the apocalypse, so only they should control it. Depending on the chapter in the game, they're either stern protectors of humanity or heavily armed hoarders who confuse saving the world with locking it in a bunker. Their internal schisms are a recurring theme: isolationism versus helping the wasteland. The Enclave. Imagine the remnants of the pre-war US government, but distilled into pure authoritarian arrogance. The Enclave sees itself as the legitimate America, and everyone else as contaminated squatters. Their solutions usually involve genocide, orbital weapons, or both. They're villains, but very Fallout villains, waving flags, quoting patriotism, and doing monstrous things with a straight face. Super mutants. Born from forced exposure to the FEV virus, super mutants embody Fallout's obsession with unintended consequences. Some are brutish and violent, others intelligent and tragic. They raise the question Fallout loves asking: is humanity defined by biology, culture, or choice? The New California Republic, NCR. The NCR is democracy trying to respawn after the apocalypse. Laws, taxes, bureaucracy, expansionism, everything you'd expect from a growing nation. They bring stability, but also corruption and overreach. Fallout doesn't mock democracy here, it interrogates it. Even good intentions can turn imperial if left unchecked. Caesar's Legion, a brutal slaver empire inspired by a misread copy of Roman history. Caesar believes democracy failed, so order must come through fear and absolute control. The Legion is deliberately horrifying, but also philosophically consistent. Fallout uses them to explore whether stability at any cost is ever worth the price. Synths and the Institute. Introduced later, synths push Fallout into classic science fiction territory. Artificial humans, free will, and creators who insist their creations are just tools. The Institute represents cold, detached technocracy, progress without empathy. Fallout asks whether creating life without responsibility is just another kind of apocalypse. The big theme under it all: Fallout isn't really about nuclear war. It's about ideology surviving catastrophe. Every faction believes the world ended because someone else did it wrong, and that this time they've got the answer. The games let you test those ideas, break them, or walk away from all of them entirely. The wasteland doesn't reward certainty. It rewards curiosity, skepticism, and occasionally a very large gun.